Hello boys and girls and mums and dads and parents and guardians. This is an opportunity for myself just to say hello as the new head teacher of St Andrews Secondary School. It's a real pride to be in charge of this school, a school that my own young people, my children came through, and my wife actually came here a number of years ago. I'll not tell you how many years ago that was, but it's a real privilege to be here. Also just a privilege to be a school of such high standards, and we would obviously hope that these high standards are maintained, and I will do everything to make sure that that is the case. A couple of things I want to say to you, just this is a very important video to you all today, and one of the things that you will be doing throughout your time in St Andrews is you'll be looking at your option choices, not just in first year but in second year and third year and every year of the school. One of the things we have done, mums and dads might remember doing option choices at the end of second year and then not looking at them again until after their fourth year. It's not a thing we do now. Under Curriculum for Excellence, we make sure we always change the curriculum every year so that people build on their strengths and that we can change and make the timetable unique for each and every young person. So with that in mind, your young people will be going through a whole process looking at options, and for this year we've made a change again so that young people can pick more options than they could before, and they will be doing a couple of wee changes, one in the Expressive Arts column and one in the Technologies column, but they'll now be able to pick 2 subjects from each of those just to give young people more and more options. One of the things I would say to you is do not be worried about making the wrong choice. One of the features of a curriculum design is that young people will continue with 8 major curricular areas right through until the end of S3. So this is not a time where you need to panic, and if you make a mistake, we can fix things at the earliest opportunity. What I would also say to you is to make sure that you make use of all of our supports in the school. We've got an absolutely fabulous pupil support team, a great senior management team, and the teachers as well will be helpful in giving young people a real good steer in what's good for them. If you're worried about anything, please make sure you keep in touch with the school, and that if there's any worries at all, that you talk that through with your child, but also with the staff in the school. With that in mind, just to say a big thank you. There'll be a lot of information in this video, but the main message is don't panic and please keep in touch. Thank you.
Hello first year, you're ready to make your choices from S1 into S2. So far in S1, you've managed to experience a lot of different subjects. Some of those subjects you've only had once or twice a week, and we've tried to give you a flavour of what is available throughout our school. In second year, you're going to narrow that choice down slightly, but it will allow you to specialise in subjects that you are better at and ones that you enjoy a wee bit more. So you'll be making choices which will be for the right reasons, i.e. you'll be choosing subjects that you are really good at, that you enjoy, and that the teachers say that you're good at. There'll be some subjects that you'll be continuing on from in first year. Some subjects are mandatory, which means you'll be doing them in second year. There'll be no choice there. But you'll get to make a choice in social subjects. So in first year you studied geography, history and modern studies. In second year you will choose 2 of those 3, and you'll get an extra period of both. So you'll choose either geography and history, geography and modern studies, or modern studies and history. You will get an option in technologies, so you'll get to choose either IT, computing or technological studies. You'll choose 2 of those 3. So IT or computing or technological studies, 2 from those 3. And finally, you'll get to choose 2 subjects from the expressive arts. So that's art, drama, music and music technology. So you choose 2 of them. So you might choose art and music. Music technology is slightly different from music, so you can choose both music and music technology, and you can choose drama in there as well. So 2 from those 4 subjects. So in effect, you're narrowing it down, and it means that those subjects that you're not choosing now, you'll be leaving them. So you've had an opportunity to experience them in S1. If you decide that they're not your best subjects, they're not your favourites, you're maybe not as good at them, now you get to go on and concentrate on the ones that you're a wee bit better at. So you'll be making the right choices for the right reasons. You'll be thinking about your future careers, what subjects you need, what subjects that you're best at. You'll be given a sheet out in PSHE. The PSHE teacher will talk you through this, they'll show you this video, and you'll make your choices on that sheet of paper. You'll write down the ones that you want to do when you're in S2, and you'll take that paper home and you'll get it signed by a parent or carer at home. So there's a discussion to be had at home about this as well. You'll then bring in that piece of paper to your PSHE teacher and we'll populate your classes for S2. Don't want you putting down what your friends are doing. This is all about you and your future career. In a wee minute, you're going to watch some video clips which involve S2 young people as well as staff talking about the subjects that are available. They'll be showcasing what you are likely to learn in S2 and to give you an idea about what subjects again you should choose. So the bottom line is you're making the right choices moving in from S1 to S2 for the right reasons. Okay, enjoy those videos and make the right choice for you. Thank you.
So in S2 you get to do a lot of things in English. One of my favourite parts in English is the creative writing part. We're doing Mystery Manor. We write 10 chapters so Mystery Manor is just who done it, mystery murder, like who killed Rosalind, and you are given the characters in a PowerPoint, and then you have to think what are their motives, where were they, do they have an alibi, etc. And there is also a creative writing club for everyone, for all the year groups, and I really do recommend you guys joining the club. Yeah, gonna say it.
We also done a unit of media, and in that unit we did Toy Story. For that we done an essay / like report about Toy Story because we watched was it the third one, fourth movie?
So we watched a Toy Story movie, and then we have to write an essay about how the creators, the producers of Toy Story used the 6 concepts of media, which is category, audience, narrative, institution, I'm pretty sure, and representation, and all that, and how they use that to make Toy Story a new big hit in their time. And we're also doing poetry.
And we're doing poetry about
Death
of an aircraft. So we have to find like metaphors, similes, and like we use like words as like analyzing them, like whereas or so too and stuff, and like we're doing a few essays on it as well. And we also did our favorite childhood toy, which was based on what you liked as a child and like what was your favorite toy, and you had to write a few paragraphs about it, and that was really it.
That was
One.
So when you come into S2 is filled with lots of really fun things to do. You've got your media units where we look at films and we watch films to see what kind of different things will come up, whether that's something to do with how it's budgeted or how it's made or how the characters interact with one another. You also do a lot of creative writing where you have to think of either superheroes or Greek myths, and you have to try and work your own story with that, as well as getting technically better using your similes, your metaphors, your really good chunky stuff when it comes to English. We also do Mystery Manor. It's a not a jotter novel where it's someone has been killed and you need to try and explain to the reader who done it. So it's up to you to be the next Agatha Christie. And I think you'll be really, really good at that. We also look at close readings, and we look at a lot of your technical abilities as well, getting you ready for Nat 4 and Nat 5.
In S2 Maths, you're going to take everything you've learnt in first year and we're going to broaden and deepen that understanding of the subject. You're going to look at a whole range of topics, new and more of the old ones that you've learnt already. So we'll be looking at coordinates, we'll be looking at percentages, there'll be lots of algebra to think about as well. We'll look at angles and bearings. If you're lost at sea, how would you get home? Ratio, proportion, if you want to bake a cake or 2 cakes, how would you need to affect the ingredients? We'll also look at Pythagoras and his studies from more than 2,500 years ago. We'll study trigonometry, which is looking at right angled triangles, finding missing angles and missing sides. We'll be working together a lot more now that we can. We'll be working in pairs, we'll be working in groups. So maths is a core subject, so everyone will be doing it, but we want you to enjoy it and want you to improve your skills in maths, no matter how strong you feel you are in the subject. Okay, it's particularly useful for science. Okay, so there'll be a lot of crossover between what we do and what you'll do in science. And also there's crossover with what you'll do in social subjects. A lot of statistics. How do you analyse data? So you'll be looking at some new topics within second year, and there's lots to get excited about.
Hola, bonjour. Welcome to second year. In second year in modern languages, you will get 2 periods of Spanish and 1 period of French a week, and we'll continue with your broad general education. In Spanish, you learn all about my home, my town, and leading a healthy lifestyle. In French, you learn all about leading a healthy lifestyle, food and drink, sports, free time, and the best ways to avoid stress. As always, in between all our curriculum work, we do loads of cultural stuff too. So we will again celebrate our European Day of Languages. This year we're hoping to do it bigger and better than we have in the last couple of years due to COVID. And we'll also celebrate all things Scottish come St Andrew's Day too. Obviously, we'll celebrate Advent and Christmas. We'll look at all the different things that we do in Spain and France to celebrate these. We'll be making our love poems in February for St Valentine's Day, and then when it comes to Easter, we'll do all things Lent and Easter related across Europe. That leads us into summer term. Hopefully in summer term, we'll get to do a little bit of French cafe, where you can come along and enjoy a little croissant and a wee hot chocolate, or a coffee or a tea, and some jus d'orange, of course. We're really looking forward to continuing on with our languages in second year.
Hi there, I'm Miss Hendry from the Science Department. Some of you might know me already, some of you might not, but I just wanted to give you a wee idea about what you're going to be doing in S2 Science. So S2 Science is a continuation from S1, where we'll still be looking at all 3 sciences. So you'll cover a wee bit of biology, a bit of chemistry and a bit of physics, and you'll get to see all 3 before we specialise in S3. In biology, we'll be looking at topical science, which is looking at science in the news and science in real life. We'll also be looking at planet Earth and looking at ecosystems and how all living things interact. In chemistry, we'll be looking at acids and alkalis and getting to do lots of experiments testing pH. We'll also be looking at the Earth's materials, so things like rocks, metals, soils, what their chemistry is and why they're important to us. And in physics, we'll be looking at light and sound, how can we see what we do and how light interacts with objects around about us. And we'll also be looking at electricity and electronics and getting the chance to build some circuits and get a real understanding of how they all work. So we're looking forward to seeing you in S2 Science, and we hope that you're looking forward to continuing learning with us in S2.
In this experiment we're evaporating with the water.
Our experiment is to make sparklers out of iron fillings, putting the heat on max. Sparklers! And now it's on fire.
We're going to light magnesium and make magnesium oxide.
You're using the microscope to look at things closer.
Hi first year, we're looking forward to seeing you here in RE in S2. In S2 you'll have RE twice a week as you did in S1, and we look at some new topics like creation, Judaism and vocations, as well as building on some of the things that we've looked at in S1. So we're really looking forward to seeing you there, and we'll get you in soon.
In S2 RE we learned about Judaism, which I enjoyed because we learned about other religions and the rules in that religion is really interesting. We also learned about creation, which was interesting because I never really went in depth about Adam and Eve before. We also learned about priests, popes and bishops, which was interesting because it's a job that many people may consider in the future.
In S2 you just play like really fun sports like football, badminton, ping pong and a bit of fitness and all.
You get really good teachers with what you want to do, and then you get chosen into classes, and then sometimes on a Friday you get to go into other classes with your friends.
Hi S1, I am Mr Leith and I'm one of the pupil support teachers here in St Andrews, as some of you already know. As you progress into S2, one of the subjects that you will be doing as a core subject, which means that it's on everybody's timetable regardless, is PSHE. That stands for Personal, Social and Health Education. Throughout your time in S2, we'll be doing a lot of work on planning for choices and change. We'll be doing work on health and well-being, focusing on your mental health and your physical health. We will be doing some work on substance misuse, and we'll also be doing some work on relationships, sexual health and parenthood as well. So there's lots to look forward to in the S2 curriculum, and also when you come to PSH it's just a great opportunity for us as pupil support teachers to get to know you better, and we will focus on things like your attendance and your progress in each of your other subjects across the rest of the school. We will then have learner conversations with you, and we'll be able to put in a plan of action for you to go forward. So there's lots of things to look forward to in PSHE, and we cannot wait to see you.
Hi S1, I hope you're looking forward to carrying out your option choices. A big change for health and food technology is that we become a core subject for you when the timetable changes, and so therefore all S2s will come to our department. All of the staff here are really looking forward to seeing you 2 periods a week to carry out lots of different tasks. The 2 main units that we carry out in S2 are practical cookery, which involves you cooking every single week, carrying out lots of different skills, techniques and cookery processes, making you work safely, hygienically, confidently, using the electric and the gas cooker, so that then you have that life skill to carry forward. The second unit that we carry out is Food for Health. This is an accredited course that we carry out where you learn about nutrition and food science and how our body works and how we look after our body with the food that we put in it, and how to ensure that we have the most healthiest body we can. Those 2 units are really exciting. Because it's a new change next year and you're becoming a core subject, we may also throw in some new tasks there, and we're all really looking forward to seeing you and doing those new work. When you come to the department, the main things we ask for is that you come prepared with a container each week for your practical lesson, but if there are any issues then you can let us know and we can support you with this. The main thing for this is to be more sustainable and look after our environment. We're looking for just carrying single use is not ideal anymore, so if you carry your own container then it means that we can therefore be much more sustainable. Also in our year If you speak to the teachers, you can carry out lots of additional recipes. So lots of communication is really vital there. A positive attitude and being ready, respectful, safe is always really important within our department. When you carry out our tasks and you learn these life skills, this can take you forward into lots and lots of different aspects of potential careers in the future. You could become a health and food technology teacher like us, which is a fantastic job. You could also go and train to be a food product development officer. You could be a food scientist. You could be a dietitian, a nurse, a chef, a restaurant manager, a hotel manager. There are so many different avenues that you could go down when you carry out our subjects here in the Health and Food Technology department. All of which are really exciting, and we're looking forward to working with you all soon. Take care. Bye, new S2.
In second year, we learn how to cook different foods and we learn about carbohydrates and nutrients.
And in second year, we've learned about topics that can even get us a qualification.
My favourite part about second year is cooking Swiss rolls because it was fun to bake.
And my favourite part was cooking cinnamon rolls because I like decorating them and making them, and they tasted very nice.
You should probably choose home ec because if you like cooking, you should probably join and you get to learn new things.
And it can even help with new responsibilities in the house, such as cooking, and it can help with the rest of your life and even in careers that you would want to take on.
Welcome to Business IT. We are S2 pupils here to show you why you should choose IT next year. In S2 you will learn about types of products, goods and services and what makes a good business to sell. You will learn that there are several types of businesses and what makes them successful.
Business IT covers business management and admin IT. Admin IT helps you learn how to use spreadsheets, databases and word processing and more. If you become good at this, you'll be very popular in your workplace as not as many people are confident using these things.
Tying into business management, next year you'll also take part in making your own small business for the S2 Christmas Fair. We did this year and it was really fun. We did everything including calculating costs and making our own products, and we had a really fun time doing it. You should choose Business IT next year because it will help expand your IT skills and teach you more about businesses.
My favourite part of the S2 business was designing the products for the Christmas fair.
My favourite part was making the logo for the Christmas fair.
My favourite part of the S2 Business IT was selling the products.
My favourite part was making the products and selling them to customers.
Thank you for listening. We hope this helped you with your subject choices.
Computing science is new to the S2 curriculum and it covers things such as cybersecurity, coding and games design. You'll get to use our spheros, which you can see on the screen now, which you code using your iPads, and you'll also get to do some coding using Scratch. Computing and games design, software development, these are all part of a growth industry, which means there are lots of jobs in the future available to you. So if you are interested in computing, this would be a great option for you in S2 and beyond.
Hi everyone, my name is Mr Taylor and I'm the Principal Teacher of Technical here in St Andrews.
And I'm Miss May and I'm a Technical Teacher here as well.
If you come back to study with us in S2, you'll get a wide range of different experiences in this department. You'll go into a practical workshop where you'll learn how to do metalwork and woodwork. You'll use a range of different tools, a range of different machines. You'll also get experience of coming up into a classroom and working with Autodesk Inventor on PCs, in addition to a number of different programs like Page Plus and Draw Plus. You'll also get experience of being creative and come up with different design ideas to other design topics. It's similar work to what you did last year, but the work this year will be a wee bit more challenging for you, and you'll have a range of different experiences. You will also get to use a lot of different technology in the department. We have a 3D printer, we have a laser cutter, which I'm sure that a lot of you got experience of using last year, and we also have a vinyl cutter.
So if you have an interest in skills like things like working with your hands and you like being creative, working on the computers, being in the workshop environment, learning how things work, then it's something that you're going to really enjoy if you pick the subject again for second year. And also if you're thinking into the future and what you might want to do when you leave school, so if you've got interest in things like construction, You might think you're going to be a tradesperson of some sort, like an electrician or a joiner. If you like engineering, if you've got an interest in architecture or being a designer, then it's definitely a subject that you should consider taking for second year.
So fingers crossed you want to come back and study with us, and we look forward to seeing you in S2.
Okay, so my name is Ava, and my teachers this year were Mr Gardner and Miss Hughes. And with Miss Hughes I made a hanging bracket, and with Mr Gardner I made a trinket box, and I engraved my name on top with the laser cutter.
What about on the computers?
On the computers I was on Inventor, and we made loads of different designs to help us know like what we're supposed to do for the projects.
Right. So what have you enjoyed this year? What have you liked about technical?
I've liked that I can do my own designs on like different things, because I really enjoy doing that.
And I picked technical this year because I like it, and this year I've learned how to use mallets, chisels, saws and some of the equipment in the workshop. And this year I've made a phone holder, a snow globe for Christmas, hanging bracket, a cricket box, and currently making a game similar to air hockey that looks really fun.
So in second year we study a variety of different topics, everything from expressive arts to designs. You'll be doing headwear pieces, you'll be learning a little bit about portraiture and features of the face, as well as doing a built environment project and learning about the surrealists. Art and design would be particularly good to study if you're thinking about a career in the creative industries. It's also quite useful for anybody looking towards a career where they're using their hands, because it develops fine motor skills that would be useful in careers such as mechanics, plumbing, dentistry, surgery, anything where you're using your hands. Model making can help to promote those skills also. It's a really fun course, so hopefully you'll think about opting in for art in second year.
So why have you chosen art and design as your subject choice?
Because it's a great way to express yourself in different cultures.
I like doing art because based on my craft I'm able to create things from just my mind.
Can you show us some artwork that you've really enjoyed doing in class so we can have a look?
I really like doing like ink washing, and this one I used charcoal in it as well.
Okay.
I really enjoyed making a self-portrait using oil pastels and chalk, and doing watercolour paint with drawings that I had printed.
What do you study in S2 music?
In S2 music, you're allowed to study solo performing, which is when you play an instrument of your choice. You do group performing when you play together as a small group or as a class. You create your own music with GarageBand, and you get to understand music, which is when you learn about different styles of music and musical history.
What instruments can you learn in S2?
You get to choose instruments that you want to learn, like keyboard, drum kit, guitar, bass guitar, glock, tuned percussion, and you can sing as well. If you already play an instrument, like trumpet, sax, flute, violin, you can play them in class too.
What careers is music useful in?
You can be a musician, you can be a music teacher, sound technician, music therapist, radio producer, and much more, because of how helpful the skills you learn in S2 music are.
And what have you enjoyed most about music in S2?
I'd say probably playing music and having your friends around with you as well.
I've enjoyed it because you get so much freedom, and a lot more freedom than you would get in other classes, because you get to choose your own instrument.
So music tech in S2 is one of our new subjects that we're going to be running this year. Currently we only run it in National 5 and we run it at higher level, but we really wanted to get it down into S2. So already you guys will have used your iPads a lot in music, and this is a kind of step up. So we'll be still using a lot of our iPads using GarageBand, but we'll be using a lot on the iMacs as well. So we'll be using programs like GarageBand. We'll be using this program here called Reaper, and we'll be using a program called Logic Pro as well. Now the type of things we'll be doing is projects like taking short films
whereby you will create all the sound effects for it and you will put them all in the right place. You will create original pieces of music to go along with it. You will use samples, you'll use loops, and you'll put them all together. You'll learn how to use and how to identify different types of microphones and how we would use them with different instruments. We'll do recording inside, we'll do recording in the recording studio, and we'll do some recordings outside as well. So there'll be loads of things like that. We will do radio broadcasts within the projects as well. So there'll be lots of little projects that you guys will be able to get involved in and be able to make sound really, really good by the end of them.
In S2 drama, you learn many skills such as how to control your accent, how to perform, your dialect, body language and set design. We've even made our own dramas, such as our own radio show, making a crime scene, and we've even made our own soap opera. And there's many more things to explore.
In S2 drama, you will get better at being on stage, talking to people and using your imagination. Stage action and learn new accents. You could just do radio action, which I never knew how to do before. Also, you can make up your own scripts, and as you go in drama, you can have many more ideas you can use. You can also use teamwork, because a lot of people don't have a lot of people are not really great at teamwork, and you'll definitely love drama.
Drama is good if you want careers as acting, a dance movement physiotherapist, a drama therapist, an entertainer, a play worker, a stage manager, and many others.
The best part about drama in S2 is that it's more practical than theory. This means it's not that much writing, but more practicing and acting. You also get to play lots of fun games such as Mafia and Cat and Mouse and many others. You get to craft your own stories in acting with your imagination. If you like all the stuff that's been said today, then drama is the subject for you.
Hi S1, this is Miss Firth, Faculty Head of Social Subjects here. Just wanting to kind of talk to you a little bit about your S2 options choices and what we have to offer you within the faculty. Up till now, you've done combined social subjects, you've done a wee bit of modern studies, a wee bit of history, a wee bit of geography, and you've done that over the year in sort of 6-week rotational blocks. In S2, you get to pick 2 social subjects. It's up to you which 2 you wish to pick, and we'll just continue on learning with that. I think you go down to 2 periods a week each. Where in first year you came to 3 times, you come 2 periods, but obviously you're picking 2 social subjects, so you come twice a week, which is great. We've got lots of really exciting things to do in second year with you across the 3 subjects. Again, and letting you work within your groups, work individually. We'll be doing a lot of making think invisible exercises, a lot of cooperative learning, but also like making sort of use of our iPads and digital learning as well. We'll be having a big focus in S2 on improving your literacy skills within the subject too. So I know a lot of you like the word wall stuff that we did in first year, so we'll be continuing with that just to try and kind of get you prepared for third year. So let's hope to see you all next year, and if there's anything you need help with, if you have any questions, just come and see any of the staff in social subjects. Okay, we look forward to working with you in S2.
In S2 history, you will learn about World War II and the swinging 60s. The teachers will also be adding a new course next year, the Plague. You will enjoy history if you like to learn about past events that shape the world we live in today. It is so important to learn about the past so that we can ensure that they don't happen in the future.
I like World War II the best in the history, learning about what happened in Nazi Germany. It was really interesting. Some of the things we learned about upbringings, but it was really important.
I enjoy learning about the 60s right now. We are studying the civil rights movement and how people like Martin Luther King and many others fought for the rights of black people in America. I'm looking forward to studying the space race in Vietnam too.
1.
History is a useful subject to take if you think about a career in teaching, social work, journalism, law, media, and politics, and many more. It looks good on college and university applications too.
One.
In S2, you will study terrorism and rich world, poor world, learning about ISIS, 9/11, and terror attacks around the world. You will also learn about the developing worlds.
It's okay.
In modern studies, you'll study terrorism and rich world, poor world, learning about ISIS, 9/11, and terror attacks around the world. You will also learn about the developing world and slums like Liberia. You will enjoy modern studies if you like working on your iPad in groups and learning about current events and want to learn why terror attacks happen. Modern studies are useful for careers in law, journalism and teaching. What I have enjoyed most about modern studies in S2 is watching documentaries and learning about 9/11.
1.
In S2, you will study terrorism and rich poor world, learn about ISIS, 9/11 and terror attacks around the world. You will also learn about the developing world in slums like Liberia. You will enjoy modern studies if you like working on your iPad in groups and learn about current events and want to learn why terrorist attacks happen. Most modern studies is useful for careers in politics or studying at university. What I've enjoyed about most about modern studies in S2 is working in groups, studying terrorism and why it's important.
1.
As I'm taking geography at the moment, I highly recommend it as you learn about the mysteries around the world in terms of climate change and the earth. As well, you will be taught about the countries such as Japan, Brazil and more. Right now I'm discovering Malawi, such as population and safety. In the countries that you will learn, you will mainly have to find the birth rate and death rate even more. Geography in general is very interesting for me. My current teacher is Mr. Petrie and he's a great teacher, respectable and makes some of the best cheesecake I've ever tasted. But in all honesty, every teacher is great in their own way.
Perfect. 1.
I like geography because I like learning about the countries and it's easy.
I like learning about geography because I like to know about all the mountains.
I like geography because Mr. Petrie is the best teacher.